Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel called Thrive Nest. In this channel we do our best to get our lives together. Today I thought it would be a good idea to do a monthly reset. I cannot believe it is already May. Time is just continues to fly by and it's just absolutely crazy. So eventually I like to make these more of like a habit to just kind of sit down and reflect on our goals and how we're preparing for the new month. However, I had a little one that jumped in bed with us at 1:20 last night and I literally did not sleep basically after that. So today's looking a little bit different than just me kind of like getting up and getting around. So I think that for today's reset, it's going to be more of like a mental reset, going through our Notion and setting up our goals, just reflecting on last month. Last month was absolutely insane. My paper schedule was like jam-packed. I'm gonna take a picture and screenshot it so you guys can see it. I always love looking at what people have on their schedules, but basically last month I really dug into working like as a not freelancer, but as a temp worker. So I had my first few substitute days. I worked at the concert venue as a venue brand manager for a few days. I also started doing some experiential marketing with a new company, and then I also had the girls also began a few new activities. My little one was doing ballet, and my oldest one was doing volleyball. So it was just jam-packed with activities every single day. I basically worked every single weekend because working events and things like that, that's usually when you work the most. But oh my gosh, it was an exhausting month. We are going on vacation this month just for a couple of days before we begin all the craziness on our new house. So May is already looking with a lot of responsibilities, which it's gonna be all really good stuff. It's just mainly most of the home stuff. So we've already gotten a lot of our appointments for our new home. There's the inspection, closing day, we have an insurance meeting, we have a walkthrough with our builder to kind of show us the features of the house and things like that. So there's quite a bit going on already for the month of May. And you know, there's a lot of reflection that I need to do. I feel like in the month of April, even though I had so many gigs and I worked every weekend, it felt like it just wasn't enough. To be quite honest, I think this was such a lucrative job back when I began doing it like 15 years ago. Companies would pay $20, $25, $30 an hour. And what I've realized is that a lot of these companies are still somehow getting away with paying $20 an hour as a 1099 contractor for a lot of these jobs. So when you factor in taxes and your time and all that, it's really not that worth it, you know, unless you get in with a good company. So I'm really going to reflect on that and what my plan is going to be. I'm not totally eager to do a 9 to 5. Definitely not in office, especially I really had plans this summer to spend the summer with the girls. It's literally the first summer that I don't have to be in the 9 to 5 or in an office or traveling or anything like that. And I really wanted to create just some fun memories with the kids while they're still kids and they want to hang out with me. That being said, May is going to be really about just kind of establishing systems to streamline everything that we're doing. Without further ado, let's jump into a Notion template. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the template that I am using just because I think it will be easier for you to see that than me Notion for a little while. And we can chat a little bit more. Went ahead, I think it was a few months ago, I purchased this dashboard from Etsy that includes basically like everything that you could possibly need to record in Notion. It has a calendar that you can sync. It's got like sticky notes, a to-do list. It's got already templates for linking your Spotify, your YouTube channels, habits, and everything. Literally everything can be done on here. And then you also have specific pages for nutrition, like weekly meal planners in here, your fitness, finances, travel. But one thing I would say is this was kind of really overwhelming to me as a starting to use Notion. So I found myself really not using it as I should. So since then, I've basically been just finding random free Notion templates from different creators, and have tried to, implement those. So this was one that I found. I can't remember who the guy was, but this is pretty cool. It has like his daily routine, what to do today, tomorrow, later. So I might, and then I like the idea that he has like his video projects and then like video ideas. But again, honestly, that's his name, Nicholas Crystal. Literally, your systems are as good as you actually using them. So if you're not actually using any of these things, they're not gonna do you any good. So my goal is to try to use some of those. One that I do use frequently is this blog content planner. So I've been adding on here, since I've been focusing more on my blog, I've been adding on here the types of posts that I create, the topics, and then the dates that I publish those. This was copied again from another content creator, another course. That was basically like his Instagram content planner, and I just customized it for blogging. So I do use this. Then there is a journal and a reading list. Again, all of these are in that main ultimate life dashboard. I just haven't used it. And then this is one that I was actually creating myself that I kind of just let go, which maybe I should get back to, but it was pretty good. I think maybe I should go back to this. However, the one that I'm going to be using today is just like a monthly reset routine by Katie Callaway. She has a YouTube channel, and she does a lot of kind of like productive days in the lives and things like that. So I do like this mainly for, like, I like the reflection part of it. I'm missing that a lot from my full focus planner. That was like one of my favorite things to have on that planner, was just having like a weekly reflection area and then like a monthly reflection. So I do like this. I'm not sure that this is relevant to me as much. I mean, I have little kids. My life is pretty routine. So I'm not sure that I would keep this. But for now, I do like the idea of like having some goals broken up by these different categories that I am focusing on. And I like the idea of just like maybe writing a goal for each category on here, and then just kind of revisiting that every month. I do like here that I might add just like a memorable photo for that particular month or anything like that, something that I, can kind of look back and remember that particular month by. And then this, you can go back on here and you would update every month accordingly. So I'm gonna go ahead and work a little bit on, this month was really about me getting out there and having back like a full, 1099 contractor type of schedule. And then that did fill up a lot of my time. I also, completed my first sub jobs. One of the things that I was considering as a career was potentially becoming a teacher, because I know that they're giving a lot of scholarships right now for potential teachers. And my thought was, I love the idea of having the same schedule as the kids, having summer offs and vacation, or like Christmas and spring break, and then just also, going there in the morning and then leaving with them. So that wouldn't affect us having just like one car. If I have to go into an office downtown or something like that, it would be more difficult for me to get the kids. So I consider that. However, after spending a few days as a sub, I don't know that it is for me, and I'm glad that I tried it, but it is a very difficult job, and it requires a very specific talent and skill set that teachers have, and I think they're angels, and I appreciate what they do so much, but I I'm not sure that that would be the job for me. I also was in the room with like 3-year-olds. So just imagine a bunch of 3-year-olds, like literally 15 3-year-olds, like just being little humans. And the sad part is that I think that the biggest hurdle for me was like maybe more dealing with the parents and like kids that, you know, maybe have never heard the word no in their lives, and then they come to school and, you know, they expect everything to be catered to them. And unfortunately, teachers, you know, there's only 1 or 2 teachers in the room for 15 kids. And if you're a parent, you know how much your kids drive you crazy. Just the 1 kid at home. So now imagine 1 person dealing with 15 kids. So it's a lot. And then, you know, the parents that then complain about, you know, why their kids are misbehaving in school and stuff like that. And so it's a lot. So not sure that that's for me, but I'm super glad that I tried it. And then we're gonna move on. We're gonna find what we love. So. Thing I am super proud of for the month of April is the amount of workouts that I completed. Even though I really would have liked to work out every day, it just wasn't feasible. However, I had some form of activity. This is just one of the apps. I use 2 different workouts. I think I've shared those with you guys before, but I do a yoga workout through Asana Rebel. And then I use Fit On for my strength training and things like that. But according to my little checks, I've worked out 1, 2, 3, 10 workouts on there. And then let's see how many workouts with it. And then this is how many workouts, how many yoga workouts were completed. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 19. So 19 workouts, not terrible at all. I've also been walking a lot more. I am currently doing a healthy wage little bet thing. I don't know if you guys have seen this online, but basically you kind of bet to like completing a challenge. I found a free challenge that was like a step into summer challenge, and basically you have to complete 25% more steps. So it takes into account your Fitbit or whatever, how many steps you do, and then it calculates the 25% increase of your steps, and then that creates your goal. So my daily goal right now is 6,921, just because I've been falling behind a little bit, but it kind of shows you how you're trending. I don't know if you can see that on this camera, but the pot is $5,000. Essentially, whoever completes the challenge, however many people there are signed up and complete the challenge, that is split amongst whoever completed the challenge. So I do need to catch up on that. I haven't been doing as many of my walks. So that's definitely on my radar for this month, is to try to hit that daily walking goal. Let's go over our goals together. Well, actually, let's go over our reflections. About this a little bit already, but basically I completed my first job as a substitute teacher. I went to school 3 times. Each time I left with a migraine. I also began working with a new part-time company that has supposedly pretty consistent work on the weekends, so I'm hoping that that pans out. I completed my first gig as a venue brand manager, my first concert, which happened to be the Postal Service and Dead Cat for Cutie. So for all my millennials, emo millennials from back in the day, you know, I was in heaven. So it was so cool. It was such a great experience. I also completed a Pinterest marketing course and launched Tailwind and Pin marketing. And actually, I also revamped my blog and just created like a better layout. I am still struggling with my homepage, so hopefully I can get that figured out. But something that challenged me was that I felt like I spent a lot of time doing all these things and I wasn't able to accomplish a lot of business goals that I had, like staying consistent with blogging and editing my YouTube videos, just kind of burned out of that. So I want to try to, my biggest goal for the month of May is to create systems so that I can be more efficient with my posting schedule for blogging and then also for YouTube. I did learn that teaching is probably not something for me at this time. So something that I am going to be doing. All right, so my camera died and I'm not quite sure where I was, but I think I was talking about teaching and how that wasn't for me. So my new plan is to update my resume, and I basically signed up for Flex Jobs, which supposedly gives you like the best database for remote jobs that you can do. And so I have like a 14-day trial. It costs like $3. So I'm gonna try to maximize those 14 days so that I don't have to renew that. And then I really want to focus on creating a brand kit in CapCut, so the different things that I use, so that the editing process for YouTube videos doesn't seem so daunting to me. And I also need to create my blog schedule. I basically have all my keywords, all the things that I want to do. I literally just need to go in and get it done. So that's my goal for the month, is just to have those things in place so that I have just like a very nice template of like how I'm going to structure my month. This is the last month that the girls are in school, which is crazy to me, that it's almost summertime and it gets very chaotic. So I want to be able to enjoy summer with them without feeling like I need to be on the computer the whole time. So that's kind of the idea. And then also personal, we need to declutter this house. I am going to create like a list and just go through like each area in the house that I want to declutter, like under the sink, products, one kid's clothing, the other kid's clothing, under the stairs closet, and those types of things, so that we can start packing everything, and by the time moving comes around, it is easier to do. I feel like these things like I've had on the schedule for a little while, and it just kind of gets away from you. So one thing I would say that we've been doing really good at is just like using everything that we have in our fridge, which was like a huge goal for the month of April, was to just try to just eat everything that we have at home, spend less money outside. But when we move, we're also going down to one fridge versus the two refrigerators that we have now, that we've had for a couple of years now. So just trying to limit the amount of old food that we'll need to bring to the new house. So if we can just kind of get rid of everything and then just start fresh, that would be super ideal. But we are doing really good at that. So for finances this month, again, really limiting our spending as much as we can. We do have one quick little trip at the beginning of the month, just because we need to just like reset, be in nature for a little while. We're going to the beach for just a couple of days before we have, end of grade testing and adulting to do, and inspections and all that fun stuff, and moving and all that. So we have that to look forward to. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed this little kind of plan with me using Notion. I am going to link Katie Callaway's Notion template below, just because I don't have a template to offer you guys. Once I figure out a template that works, I'll create one so that you guys can use it. But I'll also link my free guide that I have on my blog. It basically has like a 18-page workbook, which I'm really proud of being able to put together, that breaks down how you can maximize your week and achieve more with the time that you have. Also, I want to give a super quick shout out to this super well-behaved hair. I've recently started using those Kitsch, I think that's the name, rice protein shampoo bars, and this is the second time I've used it. Definitely notice how much nicer and manageable my hair is and less frizzy. I haven't done anything to my hair yet. I haven't put any product or anything, and it is way less frizzy than it usually is. So I'm going to link that below. They do have like a trial kit that you guys can try. It was like $15 on Amazon, and it comes with 2 shampoo bars and 2 conditioners. I've only used the rice protein because I really need to straighten my hair, and I am loving the way that my hair is looking. So, all right, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and let me know what goals you have for the month of May in the comments below, and let's get our lives